Hello everybody! Normally I don't do anything Christmas related, except maybe some shopping, until after Thanksgiving. No carols, no movies, no decorating. But my mom's been breaking the rules a little bit this year, and since we do so much together, that means I've been breaking the rules too. And when I found out about this movie through Twitter after it premiered a couple weeks ago, she and I were pretty eager and curious to check it out. It's a new Hallmark Christmas movie titled Christmas at Pemberley Manor, and it is a very loose Pride and Prejudice-themed Christmas movie where Elizabeth Bennet works in event planning and has to organize a Christmas festival for a town called Lambton. Ding, ding, ding! But when things go awry with the original plan, she makes a deal with William Darcy, a reserved multimillionaire executive with whom she's already had a dust-up, to host the festival at his property before he passes papers on it. To anyone watching this who might be unfamiliar with the Hallmark Christmas movie phenomenon, they're a special type of animal. They're formulaic, without a whole lot of variety in terms of plot and theme and aesthetic, and certain elements tend to crop up repeatedly. They often, but not exclusively, revolve around a business closing or being bought out, or someone coming back to their old hometown, or someone thinking of leaving their old hometown, and that hometown is often Christmas-oriented to an insane degree with a very cutesy, Christmassy, or wintry name. There's often a character named Chris or Nick who looks just like Santa Claus, and you can always count on visually appealing winter apparel and decorations, even though the movies are almost always filmed in summer. They're usually corny and predictable, but they're relatively harmless, and while I do make many a joke while I'm watching them, still, if my mom and I happen to catch one on TV just as it's starting, there's a good chance we'll stick with it to the end. Considering that we're not even halfway into November, I've seen an astonishing number of these things already, and so far, this one's been one of my favorites. The fact that it's a twist on Pride and Prejudice did help get me in the door, but I want to reiterate that this is Pride and Prejudice only in the loosest sense. If you don't know the story already, you're not going to learn much about it from watching this movie, which cuts out a lot of characters and plot lines, swaps out plot lines, and characters who have been retained are very different from their originals. Frankly, it probably has more of the standard Hallmark influence than an Austen influence, with additions like one of Elizabeth's main traits is that she's extremely organized with color-coded binders, and Darcy has deeply buried Christmas memories that Elizabeth has to coax out of him. Those are such stereotypical Hallmark movie things. There aren't really any antagonists either. There's no Collins, no Lady Catherine. Caroline's there, and she does cause some trouble, but she comes around in the end. And George, he's never referred to as Wickham, is just a decent guy who's stuck in the friend zone. But, also in true Hallmark fashion, the main characters get a lot of time to develop a connection, develop a relationship, being thrown together again and again and again through shopping and baking and decorating and a carriage ride. Jessica Lowndes and Michael Rady play the leads. I hope I said their names right. Jessica Lowndes is a Hallmark movie regular. She's not someone I instantly warm up to, and her Elizabeth doesn't have a whole lot of depth, but she gets the job done, and her rendition of Oh Holy Night is very pretty. As for Darcy, well, what can I say? He's really cute. He's got warm eyes, soft wavy hair, a quiet but authoritative voice. He's a well-dressed businessman type who looks especially cozy when he dresses down. He's an intent listener. Yeah, he's pretty yummy, and okay, in full disclosure, I probably wouldn't have liked the movie half as much if I didn't find him so attractive. There it is! It's a feel-good, fluffy romance if you don't recognize the Pride and Prejudice and other Austen references, and if you do, well, I think that can add a secondary level of enjoyment to it, as long as you're not too picky. Taking a gander at the IMDb reviews, I see that a lot of people are picky, but whatever, my mom and I had a lot of fun watching it together. We didn't demand too much, and we didn't take it too seriously, and so we had a good time with it. I can't tell you how many times we glanced at each other and giggled. So, if you're into Hallmark Christmas movies, check your local listings. They'll be replaying this movie many times, I'm sure, including this coming Saturday and Thanksgiving Day. So, if you're interested in it, I hope you can catch it. If you enjoyed this video, you can thank my mom for telling me I should review this movie. I'll be back soon. Thanks for watching!